again, we will encourage you. I'd love to have you back. We are looking for new people. In fact, we're looking for old people. I want us to have special prayer for someone who will probably forget somebody. Daisha, that's in the Nicole and Savannah, haven't checked with me, but she's still kind of induced coma, so continue to pray for her. And then Big is going to be with us next Sunday, so she's going to be back. And then who else am I missing? Anybody? Our business. Not the healing. On the way back from Daytona, they went down for a few days, and so we prayed for them. Have a safe trip on. Other people too on the road traveling. Lord, we lift up our people that are sick, Lord God, so many that we did not even mention, Lord, in our community. We lift them up, Lord. Father, we just pray for the healing of our word to heal them and lift them up and bless them in a special way, Lord. And Father, we thank you, Lord, in the name of Jesus Christ, that we do, Lord. Amen. Is it someone that needs special prayer? The kids are going to be coming in at the end of the service. They have a gift for the father. Does all the fathers have a ticket not to get the ticket this time? For a reason. The last tickets among y'all, two of my family members, children, the teen children church pastors going today. Because if I win, I'll go probably buy a lottery ticket. And I see know that, we want you to die, my Father, but don't play it no more. The Bible turn to Matthew 6 and 9. I'm going to preach on the thought about I have 4 daughters, 9 grandkids, 5 great-grandkids, and son-in-laws. So we're part of our family that doesn't even be a part of our family, but we claim it. And we thank God for it. I love it when we get together and eat. Matthew 6. Let's start at verse 5. It's kind of talking to us about how to pray. One of the most important elements in our Christian life is learning how to pray. Give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. I like what E.V. Hill said. He said, if God can give it through you, He'll probably give it to you. We want God blessing, but we want to stock it up ourselves. We don't want to share it. But whatever God blesses you with, you need to share it. You need to give part of it away. Be a blessing. Some people have more to give away than others, but everybody has something they can give away to somebody. Go to Walmart and the lady's having a bad time. She's come to work and she's having a terrible time. It was so good to see you today. Just say something to her. Encourage her. Bless her. When you go out to eat and you pull out that $1 tip, be ashamed. Tip them. Whatever you feel like, I don't know what that's got to do with Father Day. The tippers in the world are Christians, church people. They're the worst tippers. All right, let's get on with the message. Quit meddling. Matthew 6 and 5. And when you pray, you must not be like the hypocrites. People say, I'll go to that church, but it's got hypocrites in it. Have you ever been to a church that didn't have a hypocrite? I'd rather go to church with some hypocrites than die and go to hell with a lot of them. And you? Amen. For they love to stand and pray in the synagogue and the street corners, and they love to be seen by other people. Look at my halo. Truly I say to you, they have received a reward. That's all they get. But when you pray, go in your, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. Spend time with God. Early in the morning, late in the afternoon. I can spend time early in the morning because late in the afternoon I'm not real sure. I'm ready for bed. But when I get up in the morning, that's the time I like to spend with God. And when you pray, do not heap up empty phrases as the Gentiles do, for they think they will be heard by their many words. You know, you can say 5,000 Hail Marys and still not mean it. You can pray to God and still not mean it. You just say in words. It's what comes out of our heart that counts. Do not be like them, for your Father knows that you have need of them when you ask. Notice it said, Father, pray like this. And I'm just going to cover the first part of it. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be your name. Our Father, my Father, Abba Father, my God. Of course, I grew up, I know some people call it Father, Father, but I grew up, my father was Daddy. I call him Daddy. I don't know what he'd say if I ever called him Father. I don't know what he'd say, because we're country, you know. We say, hey, Daddy. Hey, Daddy. That's like pastors. I'm not a reverend. Just call me a preacher. In the heart. Father. My Father. When we lived in Germany, the pastor there would call home and my mama would answer the phone, or Judy's mom or daddy would answer the phone. And then a lot. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. When you pray, you're talking to the Father. You're talking to somebody who loves you. Somebody that's sent his son to die for us. You're not just calling home and talking to a business machine, but you're talking to the Father that loves us. And when I'm asked to pray in public often, and I thought about it several years ago. If you're not careful when you're asked to pray in public there, because I've never been able to do that, but some people try to impress them. But when you're asked to pray in public, just sit in or a conversation between you and the Father. So I'm just going to call home. That's one of mine just left. He's going to be Pentecostal. Now he's got a better screen than that. But when we pray, we're talking to the Father. My Father. Abba Father. Daddy. Hallelujah. Isn't it amazing how you can have a nursery and you can have 50? That's my baby crying. She's gone. That's what God does us. He's our Father. He loves us. He cares for us. He's not a harsh Father. He's a loving, caring God that cares for us every day. And thank God for that. And I know that Psalm 23 is one of my favorite psalms, but I want to turn to it again. I love to read it. This is what your daddy would do for you if we were allowed to. I don't know of nothing that my dad did not get me that I needed. Now, he didn't get everything I wanted. He couldn't afford to feed a horse and me. The Lord is my daddy. I shall not want. Not quite warm. These are blessings that the Father gives to His children. The Lord restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for His name's sake. But the Father never directs us in the wrong paths. If you're trying to make a decision and there's a gray area there, forget it. God's not gray. He makes good decisions. Have you ever made a decision and you felt in the back of your mind, this just don't really add up? It just does not seem to add up. And the Lord just wait a while. You know, it may be you're sick, your mom died. They stood by my side. And it was a blessing from God. Judy got to come down, rode the Greyhound bus down to be with you. And people want to be with you because they love you. And you know, my dad, it said, I shall not fear. I have no fear, for you with me. Don't mess with my children. Don't mess with my children. I'm a preacher. I love the Lord. And I will kill you if you mess with my children. Won't you? Come break in Daddy's house one time and see if you don't get shot. I know that sounds rough. I know we're Christians. I know that. But Daddy looks after me. He loves me. He cares for me. My God looks after me. And you try to break into my spiritual life, He's going to get you. My Daddy gets you. God loves me. He cares for me. Do I deserve being loved all the time? No. I was mean as a snake sometimes. Thank God He saved me. Amen. My dad is there to encourage me, to bless me. I like what one lady said. I've told this before. Remember the lady that went to watch her son march in the army, and there were 5,000 troops out there marching. She said, "Look at my boy. He's on the women's step." That's my boy. Have you ever dealt with people? Now, I know that mothers and dads can be wrong. When you support your children, they doing wrong, that's wrong. I had to fire a guy in Brunswick one time. He was coming in the back gate, and you have to wear a helmet and goggles to come in the back gate. Well, he didn't have it. And the lady stopped him and said, "You can't come in without your hard hat and goggles." So he gets in his car and cuts him a JC and kicks rocks up on the guard shaft. Well, I knew he wasn't going to get to come back. And you believe his daddy took up for him? Now, my daddy would take up for me, but if I'm done wrong, I remember Daddy telling the teacher, he said, "You whipping and send word home, and I'll whip it." And you know, the teacher could whip me all she wanted to, but it never went home. Unless she told it, or he told it. It just didn't go home. But Daddy said, "Whip him, correct him, and send him home, I'll correct him." That's the daddy. He loved me. He cared for me. He wanted me to live right. And that's the way God is with us. He loves us and He cares for us. And I don't have to fear it because He's with me. Your rod and your staff, they come from me. Daddy takes care of me. Daddy prepared. I don't ever remember going home when Mama did not have something to eat. We ate about 5 o'clock every day. Daddy got off at 4:30 from the paper mill, and it was about a 15-minute drive home, and we ate. We ate better after that left. I remember Daddy telling me one time, said, "Son, eat some bread with the pork chops." Filler. Trying to get me to fill up. But Daddy loved us. He cared for us. He provided for us. He made a way for us. He was good with money. He could take a nickel and stretch it a long ways. He didn't throw away money. I remember he made us so mad. There's a dairy range in Jessup as you're going out 301. And Mama would want to stop, let's get something to eat, take it home. And Daddy said, "No, we got food at home." Have you ever heard that? We got food at home. We get so mad with him. You know, I got so mad with him, I ain't said a word. I just let it lie. But He provided for us. And see, that's what a daddy's for. And I have failed in so many ways being a daddy. I failed. But the thing is this, when you realize that you're doing wrong or someone corrects you, and you don't go around kicking yourself all the time. You have to forgive yourself too, but we just have to do better. We have to commit a lot to God. I wrote down some notes. Say our church had a van, and we picked up kids. And we picked up a young girl named Susan, 8 years old. She comes to church, and her family doesn't attend church, and she goes to children's church or to children's church. And Joseph and Tiffany talking to him and praying with him and said, "Now, when we pray, ask our Father, because He's our God." Well, this little girl, the only father she knows is her daddy at home. He's sorry. He curses. He abuses her. He molested her. He beats on her mama. He doesn't provide for his family. When Children's Church says, pray our Father, who is she thinking about? That daddy. That's the only father she knows. She can't trust God because the only father she knows is abusive. That's why it's important for you and I to be the best dad we can be. Because when our children say our Father, then we need to be faithful as we can. We need to be loving. A child watches how you treat your wife. In fact, the Bible says in Ephesians, I can tell how much you love yourself by how you treat your woman, your wife. You love her, you bless her. If you cuss her, always fussing, you don't like yourself. You don't like yourself. A husband is going to love his wife. A husband is going to encourage his wife. He's going to bless his wife. A husband is going to be there, faithful. And I know we fail sometimes, but a husband, a daddy, is going to be trying to be faithful to his family. And so they can trust God. They know God's loving, God's forgiving, God is encouraging, God is a blessing. And it's an example that we give. And I know every one of us has failed in some way or another. We fail. But God is a provider in this. I did a study this morning from the internet. 1 out of 4 children is raised in a home that doesn't have a father. That's sad. Mothers are amazing. Fathers are amazing too. But we was created to learn and grow as balanced people. Dad is a unique piece of that puzzle. Parenting is best as a tag team. How many times has Mama ever said, I'm going to tell you that? You know, when Mama says that I have a whole different attitude. Mom is missing something too. When we're not saying that a woman is incomplete without a man. What we are saying is that the kids miss out twice when there's no father in the house. Kids whose mom is loved by their dad has a great advantage. Every child should live in a home like that. Boys need to see what it means to live as a man. Men are different in various ways. Boys who see men or man stuff in action around the house on a day-to-day basis are at an advantage to be better equipped. They've learned over the years that the dads really have more of a influence on their children than they used to think. Mothers are great. I love mothers. I love my mother. My kids love their mother. When we was in Germany, Judy had come back to the States for a while, and when she came back to Germany, the kids called and said, "Hey, Daddy, Mama home." Knew where I stood. Most girls are going to get married one day. If they haven't seen a real life dad being a good man day in and day out, then they have missed a great opportunity to understand what it's like to have value in their life. A dad needs a little life so that the daughter will want to have a husband like their dad. Short and fat. The family is a model of loving relationship. Love is a great force in relationship. The family is a place where their love between a man and a woman is shown. Was loving. They didn't show lots of affection. Judy's mom and daddy were embarrassing. My mom and dad loved each other, but Judy's mom and daddy were that's right. Ginger said, couple more. The cost of security. Ideally, one job Dad does best is to protect the home. He's the one that locks the door at night. He's the one that gets up in the morning and locks the door. He's the one when there's a knock on the door late at night, he goes to the door. He does not send his wife to the door. Let's see who that is. 2 o'clock in the morning. He's the one that takes care of things. That's his responsibility. Dads are unique. Dads are awesome. I want to encourage all of us dads to be better dads. And I'll say this again, every one of us has failed in some way or another. I know we failed at being dads, but we can do better. We can try to do better. And thank God for that. And I've said this before, as a pastor, I've had to learn some things. I've had to learn that my family is just as important as you. And where I got my bell rung was this. One day, Judy told me, she said, I wish you got a pastor. See, I'd be at home with my family and someone would call and I'd lay everything down, run to the bank and check on them when I could have checked on them the next day. I was brought up that way. I was brought up wrong. My family is important. Your family is important. And I was brought up wrong. So when you call, I might be there the next day. I might, if it's life or death, it's different. But my family is important. Important to be within a Christmas family. That's why so many preacher kids are hard to reach, because they've been hurt so much by the way the pastor done. He put them on the back burner. And we've done that wrong. God help us to be better pastors, but help us to be better dads too. Help us to be a better husband to our children and to our wives, and that we can love our wives and bless our wives in a special way. It's an honor to be a dad. And I thank God that we live in a country that has set aside a day for Father's Day. Amen. I'll close on this one. Years ago, before we had cell phones, the most collect calls ever made in one day was Father's Day. Y'all didn't get that, did you? The most collect calls ever made in one day was Father's Day. Ah! I love it. Let's pray. Father, thank you, Lord God, that you are our Father. You love this opportunity, Lord, to teach our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, our family, Lord God, to teach them and work with them and grow together in the Lord. Thank you, Lord God. Thank you for allowing us to be a daddy. Thank you for allowing us, Lord God, to have children that love us and care for us. And we just pray you bless them upon each one of us in a special way. And we ask it all in the wonderful name of Jesus. Amen. Amen. We did tell them to come in to the church. We want to be a blessing to our dads, and we used to buy like a grill and give away, and then have some small gifts. But I just felt like this year that we needed to have kind of 4 gifts that I like. And there's another reason why I didn't get a grill, because the last guy that won one was going to cook me a steak, and I never got it. And I said, his initial was Glenn Smith. I'll work on it. That's what I heard last time. Checks in the mail. Have you ever heard that? Checks in the mail. Come on, kids. Hallelujah. Good to see you. I need to ask a question. I know, let's see. We got a few minutes. I need to ask. And then out of the 4 tickets, put them back in here and then draw each one out for the gift. Or when your ticket drawn, you can come pick your gift. How do we want to do it? Okay. I love people that just give you information. George. Come here, George. I watched George last week in Vacation Bible School, and he was such a blessing. He walked through the door, he realized he needed to stop, and he went back and held the door open for everybody to come through. You're a little man, brother. You're a little man. And we had a very good Vacation Bible School. Thank God for that. Had plenty of workers, and it was enjoyable. Everyone that worked in Vacation Bible School, please stand. Or part of Vacation Bible School. Good. Thank you very much. George, we're going to pick one of these out. And then what we do, whoever gets the first ticket can come pick the one they want. Right? Okay, turn it over. What's that number? Right. 456. 456. No, you can't be a part of that family. That family needs to buy a lottery ticket. Then, Tiffany has won on the radio about 4 or 5 times tickets to Wild Adventure. Come on, George, we got another one. 461. Good, Rocky. No, we won't leave it back in there. Woo-wee. You drive that, aren't you? And that's not for beer. Four, 6, 7. 4, 6, 7. Good job. All right, why don't the last ticket get the table? 4, 5, 8.
Preacher, I think I'll take that.
You can get it out with his head. Good. Amen. Now, how many dads do we have? Please stand. How many dads? You did good, Jimmy. Thank you very much. How many dads? Somebody count. I need a number. Joe, count. Put your shoes on.
I count 27.
27. Okay. And then the 4 that won sat down. What does that make?
23.
I think I have got enough for everybody. A flashlight. I hope I do. No, you can't. Luther, you get one? You got one, Luther, didn't you? Maybe I got enough. So you have to buy the batteries. Now some of them put batteries in, and I got to thinking, it takes 3 AAA batteries, and I thought, I can give these away without the batteries. See, I'm saving us money. We're going to send that money to the mission team. Hallelujah. Okay, Joseph, Tiffany, your kids got stuff ready. Oh, they already got it? Okay, good. I won't pay attention. Amen. Did we get everybody covered? Got one more thing, then we're going to close. I promise. I want a couple of the guys to stand at the door and pass these out to our men. This is a men's fellowship card. And I've had it for a few years, but it's got some questions on the back. Have you spent adequate time in the Bible and study and prayer today? Have you given priority to your family today? Have you fulfilled the mandate of your calling? Every one of us has a calling. Have any of your financial dealings lack integrity? Have you been with a woman anywhere this past week that might seem like it's compromising? You need to be careful in that area. Have you exposed yourself to any sexual material, pornography, anything like that? Those are questions on here. And I like the last one. It said, have you just lied to me? So if all the guys would take one when you go out the door and take it with you and put it in your billfold. And anything else. Remember, next Sunday, no Sunday school, the ladies are going to feed us. And so we're going to eat and have a good time. And next Sunday, a good friend of mine and Judy, Jerry Toma, 30-something years ago, he was a fireman in Savannah, Georgia, and fire chief. And he knew nothing about God. Well, a Methodist boy knocked on the door one day and invited him to church. And he thanked him and sent him on down the road. And he went to the back bedroom, I believe it was, if I remember the story right. And he knelt down by the bed and he said, God, I know nothing about you. I don't know how to pray. I don't know what to say. But I want to get saved. God saved him, delivered him from cigarettes, alcohol. He was a bookie. He made big money. He bought houses with his money. He did good as a gambler. And God saved him and delivered him in that back bedroom. He's going to be coming Sunday to give his testimony. And it's going to be good. No, we're going to eat right after church. Yeah. We moved that from 5 to right after church. So it'll be more convenient for everybody. Okay? Anything else? I know when it's time to quit, when my wife said, Lord bless you and keep you, make your face to shine upon you, give you peace. Have a good week, have a good day. Call someone this week and just encourage them and bless them and have a great week. Okay? I need a couple of guys to stand at the door and pass these out.